And I think that it's about time. It's about time that we go ahead and finish out the album Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Lit Love In. We're finishing it out with the final track here on the album, which is actually Do You Love Me? Part 2. Obviously, Do You Love Me? I guess you could say part 1 opened the album, and now we're finishing out. I would imagine there's going to be some reprises. I would imagine there's going to be some callbacks, some flashbacks. So let's go ahead and go back and listen to the back half of the album. Anyways, let's listen to the last track here before I confuse myself anymore. Do You Love Me Part 2. Let's go. This slowed down rendition, dark atmosphere, held in isolation. Well, wicked winds blow.
Onward and onward I go, where no man before me bothered to go, till the soles of my shoes are shot full of holes, and it's all downhill with a bullet. Rambling and roving is taking its course. I'm grazing with the dinosaurs and the dear old horses, and the city streets crack and a great hole forces me down. My soapbox, my pulpit, the theater seal, the silver star spangled, and the coins in my pocket go jingle, jangle.
I like how this is much more reserved, almost like a film noir kind of version.
Do you love me? There's a man in the theater with girlish eyes. He's holding my childhood to ransom. On the screen there's a death. There's a rustle of cloth and a sickly voice calling me handsome. There's a man in the theater with sly girlish eyes. On the screen there's a neat big gorilla. There's a groan, there's a cough, there's a rustle of cloth, and a voice that stinks of death and vanilla. This is a secret, mauled and mangled, and the coins in my pocket go jingle, jangle. Do you
A Martian fan. Those hell strings.
Walls of the theater,
What an ending.
painted blood. The lights go down, the red curtains come apart. This air is full of smoke and dialogue I know by heart, and the coins in my pocket jingle jangle as the great screen crackled and popped, and the clock of my boyhood was wound down and stopped, and my handsome little body hardly propped, and my trousers right down to my ankles. Yes, onward and upward, and I'm off to find love. If you love me, if you do, I'm thankful. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? City is an old squatting by the river. It gives life, but it takes it away, my youth. There comes a time when you just cannot deliver. Well, this is a fact, this is a stone cold truth. Do you love me? I love you, handsome. Do you love me? Yes, I love you. You are handsome. Amongst the cogs and wires, my youth, vanilla breath and handsome apes with girlish eyes, dreams that roam between truth and untruth, memories that become monstrous lies. So onward and onward and onward I go, onward and upward, and I'm off to find love with blue black bracelets on my wrists, my ankles, and the coins in my pocket go and jingle, jangle. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me?
What a way to end the album. Just like an excellent part two to the opener, whereas the opener was a lot like, it had a similar energy, but it was a little bit more rock based, a little bit more energetic. This one was kind of like, there's an L word. It was I can't think of the L word now, but like, it was definitely more moodier. It was slower. It was impactful in a more emotional way rather than an outwardly musical way. I love every time in the chorus, the drums, it's just the marching drums that came in. Nothing more than that, just kept relatively subtle and simple there. And his singing was a lot more low, a lot more to himself, a lot more introspective in some ways. And going along with the lyrics in here, I feel, and I might be reading too hard into it, but I feel like we're reading from his point of view and being the subject of abuse. And how he's, in a way, looking for acceptance, looking for love, and his quest to find that, even through and past abuse. That's at least like lyrically what I'm kind of getting through it. I might be off, but it's not like in this album we haven't explored, darker subjects relating to love, sexuality, and stuff like that. So I wouldn't put it past him. But we'll dive into that a little bit more. But I really enjoyed the strings as well. The arrangements were absolutely fantastic. Like I said, lending itself to a much more moodier, somewhat darker kind of mood, but at the same time still, I think, with a little pinhole of light and hope at the end of this. Onward and onward and onward I go, where no man before could be bothered to go. To the soles of my shoes are shot full of holes, and it's all downhill with a bullet. This ramblin' and rovin' has taken its course. I'm grazing with the dinosaurs and dear old horses. And the city streets crack and great whole forces me down on my soapbox, my pulpit. The theater ceiling is silver starred spangled, and the coins in my pocket go jingle jangle. Like, he's surrounded with older men. And like I said, there's an act that takes place. I don't know if it's abuse that's happening that he describes, or if it's actually like male prostitution that he's subjecting himself to. And this may not at all be physical. This could literally just be a mental and emotional thing, and he's just relating it to this. There's a man in the theater with girlish eyes who's holding my childhood dream to ransom. On the screen there's a death, there's a rustle of cloth, and a sickly voice calling me handsome. There's a man in the... he repeats his lines as well. This is a secret, mauled and mangled, and the coins in my pocket go jingle jingle. Like, I'm feeling like there's something happening in the theater, basically. And he repeats, do you love me? The walls in the ceiling are painted in blood, the lights go down, and the red curtains come apart. The room is full of smoke and dialogue I know by heart, and the coins in my pocket go jingle jangle. And the clock of my boyhood was wound down and stopped, like he lost his innocence. Yeah. And my handsome little body oddly propped, and my trousers right down to my ankles, I'm off to find love. Do you love me? Like, yeah. Okay, so you clearly kind of get what's happening there. But like I said, there's also this search for love. There's this search for acceptance, and maybe he's looking for it in the wrong places. It seems like he's looking for it in the wrong places. But it's this continuous journey of looking for that acceptance. And the song ends. Do you love me? Do you love me? This is such a good album. There's some intensity, obviously, in a lot of moments, especially lyrically. But I think he perfectly balances that with more than palatable music. The music is great. But the way that he arranges everything, I think, is absolutely stunning. I think there's a beautiful contrast in a lot of the music. And he's not afraid to take on darker subject matters and really dive into the shadowy parts of the human psyche, I would say. I think that's absolutely wonderful. This is a great album. I thoroughly enjoyed listening to this thing with you guys, and I hope that you guys enjoyed listening to it with me. I know that Nick Cave wasn't for everybody, but he was for me. At the end of the day, that's kind of what matters. I hope that you enjoyed it. I did. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. You can follow me over on Twitter. You can support the channel on Patreon. Thank you as always for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.